Yo, we back with a new series that has never been done before. Definitely. So, we've got the best LEGO games from Star Wars to Harry Potter, and yes, before you guys watch the video, I am a nostalgia merchant. But before we get into the video, I have an announcement. To celebrate 1,000 subs, I've decided to launch a Discord where we can put all the unfunny memes that you guys love or talk about stuff. So join or you'll never get that one LEGO set you want. LEGO games, usually coming out 3 times a year, there have been a great many of them, but which ones would I put as my specific top games? We are looking for open world, the levels, the design of them and the enjoyability of them, personal enjoyment, and of course we have to include nostalgia. If you do or don't agree with my decisions, put down below which LEGO games you would put in your top 5. So without further ado, let's get into the video. In 5th place, we have LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga. Definitely one of the most nostalgic games ever, with a unique and fun way to play through the original and prequel trilogies. Although the levels are truly unique and generally some of my favourite ones to play, age I don't think has been a great factor for this game. With many newer LEGO games probably more realistic, I don't believe LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga continues to be up there in terms of a LEGO game I will continually play. In terms of the quality of the game, it's very buggy and not very seemingly easy to play co-op in the game. However, saying that, it does have to be my favourite Star Wars game to date, surpassing LEGO Clone Wars and LEGO The Force Awakens. Hopefully, LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga lives up to expectations, seemingly becoming my favourite LEGO game to date. In terms of my favourite character, it has to be Darth Maul. Even back then, he was one of the most realistic characters to the films, and definitely my favourite character to play as I terrorised in the Mos Eisley Cantina. My favourite level is always going to be the pod racer level of Anakin. I always used to win. Back when I was playing on the DS, it would definitely be some of my favourite moments ever. And who could forget all the mods and memes that have come out of the movies and have seemingly come out of the games if you looked at Bombastic Clips channel. A list would definitely not be complete without LEGO Star Wars Complete Saga, so that is why I've put it down in 5th place. Next up, we have the unique game of LEGO Lord of the Rings. Whilst The Hobbit is definitely a more polished version of Middle-earth, I chose LEGO Lord of the Rings in the 4th spot for the complete story of the game, whilst The Hobbit only has 2 stories in it. Certainly when it came out, it had one of the biggest hub worlds to date, which isn't very copied from area to area, from the Shire to the Tower of Orthanc. It is one of the most detailed hub worlds ever at the time. Similarly, the character and level design were of next-gen standard when the game came out, with the story being a great way to live through the Lord of the Rings experience at a young age. My favourite level would definitely be Helm's Deep, as going through there, battling orcs with Gimli and Legolas and Aragorn, definitely chucking Gimli off the bridge at certain stages, and riding out with Aragorn to battle all the orcs before Gandalf the White comes to save you was definitely the best level in the game. My favourite character would be Gimli, mostly just for trolling friends in co-op when picking up Gimli as Legolas and carrying them around Middle-earth. Also, perhaps an unpopular opinion, but the addition of talking instead of what is maybe known as Lego talk was definitely a huge bonus for me in this game. Therefore, obviously, it will take number 4 spot. But yeah, I definitely think Gimli and the character design were all very unique for this game. I think the orcs are very well done, and that is why it definitely deserves a spot on my list at spot number 4. Number 3 might be an incredibly unpopular decision, but it has to be LEGO Pirates of the Caribbean, with such an amazing way of telling the story from the movies. Whilst people put this game on one of the worst LEGO games, I am going to put it as one of my favourite LEGO games of all time. The level design on this game was insane, and such a unique way to tell the story from the movies. Although perhaps you could say that LEGO Pirates of the Caribbean, the movies, really made this more popular for me, it doesn't take away from my enjoyment of this amazing game. The characters were also very good, and they all fueled my enjoyment for this game. Now obviously the hub world in this game is minuscule. Probably the most enjoyment you had was trying to get to the other side with a character who couldn't get underwater, getting eaten by all those crocodiles. But it's always going to be up there for me, and yes, this could be my nostalgia pick of the video for me, but I've always got to go back to it. Definitely my favourite level will be in Dead Man's Chest. Isla Cruce is a fond memory of playing through the wheel in an epic battle. Certainly my favourite, or perhaps even the ending of the first film going up against Captain Barbossa. That was also an epic battle. My favourite character, I don't really have a standout character for here. I can't really say Jack Sparrow, that's a little bit boring. Or maybe even the dog in that game was very, very cool. But I would have to say Blackbeard. He takes so long to unlock, and he's got some very cool abilities that again made this game one of my favorites. I don't think there's any talking in this game, and it's one of the last ones without talking, but still I would definitely put this one highly up my list. So while this game might not be everyone's cup of tea, it certainly makes it onto my list. To the penultimate game then, and I've got to give it to Lego Batman 2. A tough task to pick between Batman 1 and 2, but certainly 2 with a much bigger exploration of Gotham, more unique characters, and certainly my favourite unique story in any Lego game to date. It will always be up there as my favourite Lego game. Going up against Lex Luthor and the Joker in the final scene or the final level of the game was always a great battle. Even Lex Luthor and the Joker as two villains were always great throughout this game, and I loved it. Like Lego Batman 3, they were kind of more like helpful against I can't remember, I think it's Brainiac in that game, but it certainly would be these two that would be my favorite villains in any game, and it has to go down as my favorite. Batman, especially in this game, with his involvement with Superman and Robin, I would not change for anything. He really, like, it's quite a hilarious Lego game, honestly, and the talking in it really makes it a lot better. So Batman would be my favourite character in this game. I know that's a bit boring, but I've got to go with them as well. So we've got amazing levels of the Justice League, to the biggest hub world at the time, to one of the most nostalgic games for me. There is no doubt in my mind that this game reaches the full level of what a Lego game has got to be. Hopefully we will be getting an announcement for release of Lego Batman 4, but it's probably quite unlikely, seeing as DC Villains is quite a recent Lego game in terms of the grand schemes of things. So hopefully we get something good soon. But yeah, definitely one of the best Lego games of all time is Lego Batman 2. For the honourable mentions then, I've got to mention the biggest one, the major one, the one that you guys love seeing on this channel. It has got to be Lego Dimensions, with a whole range of Lego games colliding into one game with a unique look at some brand new characters, unique levels, and an amazing game. It has got to be up there as one of the best Lego games. The only thing bringing it down, obviously, will be the amazing price tag, or not amazing, but the massive price tag that comes with the game definitely brings it down. But an honourable mention nonetheless, and hopefully we get Lego Dimensions Universes Collide soon enough. Also, the Lego Marvel series and Lego Worlds could be out there for their uniqueness, but I do think that DC trumps Marvel on this occasion. Let me know, DC or Marvel. But let's go on to my final pick for the best Lego game in my opinion. The best Lego game of all time, drum roll please, it is Lego Harry Potter. And yes, with my full chest, I can say that this is definitely a nostalgia pick, but it's a great game nonetheless. Lego Harry Potter is the best Lego game ever. I will dispute everyone in the comments who tries to fight me on this. The levels and the characters are personally still the best way for me to capture the Harry Potter universe in a great game. In the future we might have more additional games for Harry Potter, but right now this game is my favourite, and I think it's always going to be my favourite Harry Potter game, with my favourite and most enjoyable level being a graveyard level in years 1 to 4, going through the maze and then fighting Voldemort at the end. What is not to like? And also my favourite character would be Snape, because obviously you play as him the most. He's the first Dark Wizard you probably unlock, and he's also just a very, very cool character to see. Adding on to this, I think both of the game's hub worlds are probably the most accurate ones in the LEGO universe. There is not a room in Hogwarts, especially in years 1 to 4, that you can't access for some reason that doesn't have an Easter egg to some point in the movies, or more notably, the book. So definitely my favourite LEGO game of all time. So therefore, obviously, it's going to be my personal one. Let me guys know what you think, guys. Is LEGO Harry Potter your favourite LEGO game of all time? Thank you guys for watching another LEGO Acts video. We hit 1,000 subscribers, so make sure to go join the Discord server. Go and maybe talk to me more, maybe even become a mod if you're lucky, and see what's going to happen, because we're only going to go up on this channel now. We're going to aim to maybe get another 1,000 subscribers next year. I don't know what's going to be happening in this channel. I've got to set a new goal for us, but I can't thank you guys enough for the amazing support on this channel. So thank you guys for watching yet another LEGO Acts video. Make sure to leave comments about what your favourite LEGO game is, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.